What's up, guys? We are back. That Nurse Can Cook is back with another exclusive recipe. Guess what we're making today? Look at that. I got my hot and spicy duck slash goat curry powder. Yes, we are going to break down an entire duck and curry it, because if there's anything that I can do, it's curry, honey. So here's another one of my curry powders. I'm getting right into it. Yep, I got Jamaican Choice hot curry powder, two of my favorite curry powders, Trinidadian and Jamaican. Here's the duck. This is by Chief. I love Chiefs. They're an excellent brand. Another pack. Let me get it out of my little stash here. Keep them in a Ziploc bag. This is my other Chief's curry powder. This is what I use when I'm making curry goat or curry chicken or curry shrimp. This is one of my staples. Let's put that there. And of course, we got the Better Pack. Here we go, Better Pack. My go-to curry powder is Jamaican, Trini, Indian. If you're using curry, please, 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 make sure you buy a curry powder that is either Indian, Trinidadian, or Jamaican. Please do not buy curry made by a company that's not any of those three. Like, let's say, like the American curry powders, they just don't do it for me. But here's another one. This is an Indian curry. As you can see, I'm almost out of it. So, yeah, there we go. Let's get it started. I got a whole duck here. Let me show you. We got the whole duck. We're going to break that down and we're going to curry it. So stay tuned. All right, so I got my duck here. This is a whole duck. This was about $25. I was fortunate enough to find it at the supermarket. I want to show you guys that I snipped off this large piece of fat. And you know what I'm going to do with this? This is all skin. I am going to render the fat. I'm going to show you exactly how to render duck fat. Yes, you can buy your own duck fat. I think at like Whole Foods, I've seen like a jar full of duck fat. You can purchase duck fat. But I didn't get a chance to go to Whole Foods. And whenever I go to Whole Foods, I don't know how to act. So I'm going to stay away unless I have a reason to be in Whole Foods. As much as I love it, I just don't know how to act. So here we go. We are going to fry this, render the fat. So we'll put this on the side. Any little bit piece of fat that we find, here's another piece of fat. Let's use our kitchen shears and let's cut up the fat so that we can use it to curry our duck, which is excellent. You don't have to worry about using corn oil, canola oil, none of those store-bought oils. You can just render your own fat and use it to cook your dish. Duck is a very, very fatty meat. And the meat is similar in texture to chicken. It's the most related. If I could describe how duck tastes, it would be closest to chicken. So I'm gonna cut this off here. Make sure you got yourself a good pair of kitchen shears to do this. And this is all gonna go on the side for us to render. And the next thing I'm going to start doing is just slicing it up, dicing it up. This is gonna be so good. I'm gonna show you exactly how to do it. We're gonna burn the feathers off, of course. And let's get to it. Let's start at the back. Here's I call it a baby, oh my God. Here's the duck's spine. We're gonna cut along the side. So here we go. All I'm doing is just cutting the duck right at the joint. It's pretty easy to cut apart. When you get to the wings, find the joint. If you want a full video on how to break down a whole chicken, I have a video on my YouTube channel. And as you can see, I find the joint and I cut right at the joint, and it makes it a whole lot easier. Make sure you keep your fingers away from the knife. Sometimes I go underneath. And here we go. Safety first, right? So now we've broken down most of the duck. Here's the breast. We're going to start cutting this down one by one. Go along the side, just like that. Make sure you have a nice sharp knife, because if not, it may cause injury. Simply just pulling the skin back and using a knife. Just like that, it's enough to pull the skin apart. Now, you can definitely take your duck to the butcher or wherever you purchase your duck. You can ask the butcher to break down the duck for you. It'll cut back on the prep work, but there's a part of me that enjoys some of this prep work. So I'm in the mood, and that's what I am doing today. But please feel free to have your butcher take out all of the hard work for you. All right, friends, so this is our fully broken down duck. You see, I cut it all into bite-sized pieces the same way I would if I was doing curry chicken. And honestly, this really wasn't that difficult. Like I said, you can shortcut it and ask your butcher to do it, but this really was not that hard. The meat was very tender. It was thawed to room temperature. I must say, when the meat is at room temperature, it's a lot easier to break down. I do want to show you something. If your stomach is a little weak, I'm going to advise you to skip over the next 20 seconds. But here is our fat. This is all of the skin taken off of the duck. We are going to fry some of this to render the fat. I am so excited. Can you tell? So we got our fat here. First thing I'm going to do is take some and just drop it in there. Now you want to keep the fire very high. As you can see, the fat is already beginning to render. Continue to stir it so it doesn't stick. But yes, there we go. This is actually smelling really good. I must say, it's making me laugh. This is actually, it smells like breakfast cooking in the morning. Like if you can remember what fried egg smells like, it smells like that right now. There we go. I'm gonna render all that fat. Just fire down a little bit. Now we've got oil. Let's see. Look at this. If we need a little bit more, I'll put some more in there, but this is good. Here's your oil. This is how you render fat. It's the same thing as frying bacon, frying pork bacon. The fat that it releases, bacon fat. People use it to cook, but this is it. This is more than enough oil here. Quickly season up our duck. So I have a spoonful of the green seasoning here. Of course, every good recipe starts with green seasoning. I'm gonna link the video to this recipe in the description box, so make sure you tap on there. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Next, I got 1 chicken bouillon cube. We're going to just sprinkle that. I just sprinkled a tablespoon of all-purpose seasoning right onto this duck. And I do want to make sure I tell you guys, when you're cooking curry, please try to keep the ingredients as natural as possible. We're talking about fresh green pepper, half an onion, about 6 garlic cloves, 1 scallion, and thyme. Curry really works best when you keep your ingredients natural as opposed to the powdered stuff. So all we have is our fresh green seasoning, 1 chicken bouillon cube, a tablespoon of all-purpose seasoning, and then we're going to put in our onion powder. So now we're just massaging all of the ingredients right in. So I wanted to show you guys these organic dried curry leaves. I forgot to mention that I like to add to curry as well. If you can't find organic dried curry leaves, tap on my description box. I have a link to my Amazon storefront. You can purchase some dried curry leaves, and this is excellent when you're making curry. It brings out the flavor, and this is exactly what I mean about keeping all of your ingredients as natural as possible. So I'm adding about 4 tablespoons of each curry. That'll take us into our duck. We are going to toast this first. Let's add our butter pack. I also got some ground cumin, otherwise known as gira, and I am only going to put half a teaspoon in there. This is very, very powerful, very strong. I don't like to use too much of it because it will overwhelm the dish. But here we go. Now we are going to toast this. That's it. Toast it for about 5 minutes, and we're going to add our onion, garlic, all that good stuff. This smells amazing. So I've toasted this for about 2 minutes now, added in our onion and garlic and a little bit of green pepper. It's not, the green pepper is not traditional, but I really like to use it in curry. It's excellent when you bring out the flavors. And now we're ready to just simply add our duck. All I'm doing is just stirring it to make sure all of the pieces get equally coated in our curry. Okay, so we got our fire on a low medium. It's on number 3 on the stove. We're going to cover this and just let it cook.